So in our lives, all of us, we usually have conflict with God now and again. Sometimes we pray so hard for something, and that something seems not to come. We pray for the loved ones, and they don't heal. We look money for something, and we pray, and the money never comes. And those instances can create a hidden conflict between us and God. We don't say it, but there's a hidden conflict there. Why are things that I'm praying for not happening? It's a little conflict with God. It is because that we want God to fit in our expectations. We've got our own little expectations and how life should go with us, and want God to come there and rubber stamp our expectations. And then we are happy. We don't want to allow God to be God in our lives and do the unexpected. I believe in a God who is unexpected. And the reading today, the gospel, clearly shows a God who is very, very unexpected, the God of surprises. Let's look at the first surprise. It says that when Jesus heard that John had been arrested, what did he do? He withdrew to Galilee. Now let's think of our expectations. What's our expectations here? John is a cousin to Jesus. Remember when Jesus was in the tummy still, when Elizabeth and Mary met, and then the excitement of these two great guys. Now John is arrested today, and Jesus walks away. I was saying to myself, why are you walking away? Why don't you do something for John? I mean, he's a great man. Why don't you go and confront Herod? Do a miracle, something. No, he doesn't. He just withdraws. And when it withdraws, what are the words that we hear in the Gospels? For the people who were sitting under the shadow of death, light has shone. What is that light if we look at John getting arrested and eventually being beheaded? What light is this? What does that light mean to John, who's been arrested and having his head cut off by Herod? God of surprises. God of surprises. And look at this. Another surprise. Why would Jesus start his ministry among the Gentiles? This is chapter 4. He's starting his ministry among the Gentiles. It actually says Galilee of the Gentiles. Starts his ministry there. And not only that, who is the ruler in Galilee there? It is Herod. It's not the same Herod who tried to kill him, but it's the same bad guys. Herod is there. And he's starting his ministry right under the nose of Herod, the God of surprises. Can't he go somewhere safe and start his ministry there? No, he wants to start his ministry right there under the nose of Herod. The other Herod tried to kill him when he was young. Now he starts his ministry just under his nose. The God of surprises. And let's move on. He's calling 4 fishermen. And you say to yourself, what is the CV for these guys? What do you think? What is the CV of Peter, John, Andrew, James? What are his CV? Just fishermen. Not just ordinary fishermen. Fishermen, those are the people that he calls. Come and follow me. Why doesn't he go to the synagogue? The learned, the scribes, the Pharisees, those who understood everything, the scriptures, and call those to be his followers with powerful CVs. He overlooks that kind of CV and he says to the fishermen, come out, teach you how to fish men. The God of surprises. The God of surprises is not about what the situation is or who the person is. The God of surprises is about what he does with that. The God of surprise is about what he does with that individual. It's not about the individuals, what he does with that particular individual. It's about what he does with the situation under Herod. It's about what he does with these 4 poor fishermen is what is important. It's not about what they are. Human beings focus on what people are and what they can't do and what they can do. And we stop there. Jesus looks and says, come and follow me. It's not about you. It's about what I'll do with you that is important. And that's exactly what he did eventually with those 4 disciples. It's what he did with them. It was not automatic. It was a long journey of learning for those 4 and the others who joined eventually, the 12 of them. It wasn't easy. It wasn't overnight. The conversion took time to be where they eventually became, to be what they eventually became. It wasn't overnight. When he said, follow me, it wasn't overnight. And it's a strange calling as well. We don't hear Jesus trying to summarize the job at hand. He doesn't say, come guys, look, I'm the Son of God, I've got a mission. This is what I'm going to do, are you interested? No, he doesn't. There's no time for summarizing anything. He simply says, follow me, and they follow. Andrew and James were with their father Zebedee. We don't hear Jesus negotiating with Zebedee and said, look, I know your sons are important to you and your fishery and all these things. Can I have these 2? They're going to do great work. No, we don't hear that. There's no negotiation with Zebedee. Simply says, follow me, and the 2 just leave their dad in the boat and they go. Do you imagine what Zebedee did when he got home? Have you ever thought about that? Comes back home without his sons. And the wife says, where are the 2 guys? Well, some guy passed there and he just called them and they went. Went where? I don't know. They just followed the guy. And I came back by myself with the boat. Amazing story. Come and follow me. And they come and they follow him. This very mysterious calling, this invitation, still hangs on us, each one of us. We've been invited by Jesus in an extraordinary way. That every day we wake up, Jesus is saying to me, saying to you, come follow me. These 4 responded and said yes. But I bet that most of us say, follow you where? Too much logic. Too much logic. If Jesus would do that to me today, what do you think? Director do. Will follow Jesus? I'll say, no, where? Go where? I'm the director here. What do you think? Am I going to leave this school? Going where? Too much logic. Sometimes Jesus is calling us in very extraordinary circumstances that we sometimes don't even see because we're looking for the ordinary. He's calling us in a very extraordinary way every day to do something, to forgive, to help. But it always comes in an extraordinary way that we fail to see it. We fail to see that Jesus is actually calling us to do something here, to help, to stand for the truth, to say something good, to encourage, to embrace, to comfort. We are being called in this bigger mission of consoling people, of healing. We're part of that. We're his disciples. And every day he's calling us to do something. And if each one of us can say yes every day to these little small situations where God is calling us, this world will be a better place to live. I wonder how many we are today. If each one of us will respond to a yes today, to Jesus who says, come follow me, console that one, please help that one. If all of us can do one thing in response to his call, in this place today, just in this one church, many people will be smiling today. If each one of you, each one of us can choose to embrace somebody, to console, to listen, to give them time, to encourage, to say something nice to people. Yesterday, I escorted someone to pick up they're going to run today. Maybe they've already run. There's a lot of marathons and all these things. I don't know. You know what people are doing to keep fit and all. And I remember sitting in my car looking at these people picking up their shirts and all these things. They were trying to look excited, but I could sense the sadness, the general sadness. I said, people are just sad. I said, yeah, you look excited, but you're not. I don't know where I got that from. I was just looking at people and said, Zimbabweans are just I can't explain it. They look excited, but I say, no, you're not. Things are just difficult. Things are just difficult. It is in this situation where this call of Jesus has more meaning, to console, to encourage, to say something positive. We have too much negativity in this country, too much. The rate is going up, I don't know, everything is just getting crazy. We as Christians, as followers of Jesus, we can find space to make a difference, to make someone smile, to encourage, to hug, to comfort, to say something positive. This is too much negativity. You don't have to repeat that. There's too much in the papers, everywhere. But you can choose to be positive, despite the fact that we're all carrying so much burden in our lives, especially in this country where things aren't working. If we're the followers of Jesus, we can still make a difference. We're not daunted by the political situation, by the hardships in the country. Jesus is not daunted by the presence of Herod. That John has been arrested, that doesn't deter him. He goes on with the mission. And we hear that he went to their synagogues, healing and preaching, right under the nose of Herod the Tetrarch. The guy was oppressive. Right under him, he's bringing light to the people. The good news to the people, he's doing that. If we're always afraid of the darkness, light will not come. He says the great light has come for the people who sat in darkness. The great light has dawned on them. You are part of the great light to shine to your neighbors, to your friends, to your family. You can shine. Darkness will thrive because the children of light, you and me, are not shining out. If we can shine out, darkness will dispel. And today, I encourage all of us to listen to how God is calling us. That call of the fishermen of saying, come and follow me, and this is what I want you to do. I also want to say, don't always look for ordinary things in your life that you see that God is working. If right now there is something unusual going on in your life, think again and say, what is God trying to say? Don't say, oh, it's the evil one. It's the devil. It's the devil. Everything's already. No, just try to say, is God trying to say something to me? Something extraordinary is happening in my life. Things aren't working and all these things. Try to see the light that has been talked about, that has dawned, and say, maybe here is the God of extraordinary things. Here is the God who does unexpected things, who's coming in my life in a different sort of way, through a challenge. And maybe I can find space to find my vocation, to find my calling in that.